Hi there, Mr. Muhammed is here. This is Oxford Complete Mathematics for IGCSE students. In Unit 7 is about graphs, and Unit 7.1 is about drawing the graphs of linear equations. Then here we have some linear equations, and we need to draw the graph of each one in a given interval. So throughout the exercises, I'm going to give you some hints and remarks to help you do the graph of linear equations easily. Question 1, the first equation is y equals 2x plus 1, and the interval is between -3 all the way to 3. As you see, they are equal on both sides, so it means when we substitute -3 in place of x, the point y is in the graph, so we should have a closed point to represent the y when we put -3 in place of x. And we don't want to put less than -3 or more than 3, because the question wants the graph between -3 to 3. Then to do this, I prepared an xy axis that fits this. The x is up to 4, but it's fine, we use up to 3. Now in this interval from -3 to 3, we are going to pick 3 numbers at least. Then write the 3 numbers, put the 3 numbers in place of x, means substitute them in the equation, work out their y's, and we'll get the coordinates. Firstly, if we substitute -3 in place of this x, we will have 2 times -3 plus 1. 2 times -3 is -6, plus 1, it will be -5. So the y of -3 is -5. If we put 0 in place of x, we will get 2 times 0 plus 1. 2 times 0 is 0 plus 1, it will be 1. If we put 3 in place of x, 2x plus 1 means 2 times 3 plus 1. 2 times 3 plus 1. 2 times 3 is 6, plus 1 is 7. Now we got 3 coordinates, 3 points. 3 points are enough to construct a straight line for this equation. The first point is -3, -5. -3 on x-axis is here. -5 on y-axis is down, so -3 is here, and -5 on y-axis is here. -1, -2, -3, -4, -5 is here. So between them is this point. This point is -3, -5, and since there is an equal with the -3, the point is closed, as you see. Then we have 0, 1. 0 is in the origin, and 1 is right here. This is the second point. And 3, 7. 3 on the x-axis is here. 1, 2, 3 is here. And 7 is here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 is right here. Between them is the point 3, 7. Now if we join these 3 points with a straight line, we see the graph of y equals 2x plus 1. So this is the graph. Question 1 done, and it's between -3 and 3 as the question wants. Now question 2, equation is like this: y equals 3x minus 4. Again, the interval is from -3 to 3. Then this graph between -3 to 3, again we select 3 numbers in this interval and substitute the numbers in place of x, work out their y's. It's fine to start with -3, which is the lower bound for this interval. -3, if we put -3 in place of this x, we will have 3 times -3. 3 times -3 is equal to -9. Minus 4, it will be -13. If we put 0, 0 is an easy number for x. That's why most of the time I use 0. because it makes this side straight away 0. What's remaining is only the constant, the number. 3 times 0 is 0, minus 4 is just negative 4. And if we put 2, it's fine to not put these numbers, but what matters, you have to pick numbers in the interval. If we put 2 in place of x, we will have something like this. 3 times 2 is equal to 6, minus 4 is equal to 2. 3 times 2, 6, minus 4, 2. Now let's plot these points on the xy axis. It's fine to say the y-axis is going by 2. So this is negative 2, negative 4, negative 6, negative 8, negative 10, negative 12, and negative 14. So the top is like this: 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. It's fine, it's your decision. You can say the y-axis is going by 2, by 5, by 10, by 100. They're all fine. It depends on the interval you work in and the outputs. The output means the y value. It's fine if you say my y-axis is going by 2 and the x-axis is going by 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, negative 1, negative 2, negative 3, negative 4. It's fine. Now let's plot these points. The first point is negative 3, negative 13. Negative 3 on x-axis is here. Negative 13 is between negative 12 and negative 14. So this is the first point. Here is an equal. The point is closed. 0, negative 4. 0 is in the center. Negative 4. So here is 0, negative 4. And 2, 2. 2 in x-axis is here. 2 in y-axis is here between them. So when you plot the points, you must see the points that they lie on the same straight line. If you see the points are not forming a straight line, it means something went wrong with the graph. Then here is the graph. If we join the points with a straight line, you see the graph of 3x minus 4. The graph should go up to 3, then this is where the graph stops. Hey. Because the question says the graph should be between negative 3 and 3. The graph should go until it reaches 3. And on the other side, until negative 3. Now, this is the graph. Question 3. Again, it has the same interval. Question 3 is your task. Question 4, this time the interval is different. Let's do it. Question 4. Y equals 8 minus x, while x is between negative 2 all the way to 4. Now we need to pick 3 numbers in this interval and substitute it in this equation. If we put negative 2 in place of x, we will have something like this: 8 minus negative 2. Minus minus will be plus. It will be 8 plus 2, which is 10. Then when x is negative 2, y is 10. If we put 0 in place of x, 8 minus 0 is just 8. If we put 4 in place of x, 8 minus 4 is 4. Now, to draw the graph of this equation, we need to plot these 3 points on this xy axis. And as you see, the y is going up to 10. It's fine if you say my y-axis is going by 2, or you can extend the y-axis in a way to fit 10 coordinates. Okay. Now, I assume that the y-axis is going by 1, and let's plot them. The first point is negative 2 in x and 10 in y. Negative 2 in x is here, 10 in y, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It's right here. So the point is here. The point is here. Let me highlight it. This is the first point, and the second point is 0. The 0 is here in x, and in y 0 is always in the center. 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This is the second point. This is the second point. And the third point is 4, 4. 4 in x-axis is here. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 is right here. And 4 in y-axis is, we need to go up 4 steps. 1, 2, 3, 4. So this point is 4, 4. As you see, all the 3 points that I plot, they form up a straight line. It means the calculations are all right. Now, by joining them with a straight line, the line shouldn't pass -2 on x-axis and 4. So here, as you see, the line is opposite 4 in the beginning, and it's opposite -2 on the other end. So this is the graph that the question wants. This is the interval of the graph that the question wants. Question 4, done. This is the graph. Next question, question 5. The interval is again from -2. X is between -2 and 4. It means x could be any number from -2 to 4. This is the meaning of the interval. And the equation is like this: y equals 10 minus 2x. Now, 3 numbers in this interval, simply let's pick -2, 0, and 4. If we put -2 in place of x, we will have 10 minus 2 times -2. This -2 is this one that I substituted in place of x. Now, 2 times -2 is equal to -4. Then we will have something like this: 10 minus -4. When calculator is allowed, do all of these calculations in calculator to save time and to give accurate answers. Now 10 minus minus will be plus. 10 plus 4 is 14. If we put 0 in place of x, we will have 10 minus 2 times 0. 2 times 0 is 0. 10 minus 0 is 10. And if we put 4 in place of x, we will have 10 minus 2 times 4. 2 times 4 is 8. 10 minus 8 is equal to 2. For the equations that they have a negative x, their graphs are always decreasing. Decreasing means the graph is going down from left to right. Look here, we have a negative x, the graph must go down. It should be decreasing. And in question 1 and 2, the x is positive, it's not negative. The graph was going up, it was increasing. And we always check from left to right to decide either a line is going up or down. Either it's increasing or decreasing. Now we got 3 points. Let's plot them on this xy axis. Now I have the highest value of y is 14. For my xy axis, I decide that the xy axis is going by 2. If you have a larger xy axis, it's fine to decide that your xy axis is going by 1. Now the origin, the center is 0, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14. And the x-axis, it's fine if you decide that the x-axis is going by 1. So here's 1, 2, 3, 4. And when you are writing numbers on xy axis, make sure to write one set of numbers in each quadrant. Like I wrote the y numbers here. I'm not going to write the x numbers here. I wrote them here, as you see. And the negative y's will not be here. They will be on the other side. and the negative x's will come here. This is not very important, but it gives a very neat xy axis. Okay. To continue this, the first point is -2, 14. -2 in x-axis is here, and 14 on y-axis is here. Between them is this point, which is -2, 14. 0, 10. 0 is in the center, 10 is right here. Can you notice that the graph is decreasing because the x was -2x? And the third point is 4, 2. 4 in x is here, 2 in y is right here. All the 3 points, they form up a straight line. It means the calculations are all right. The x is negative. My graph is decreasing. It means everything is perfect. These quick checks will help you to be sure that your answer is correct. Then the graph is between -2 in x-axis and 4. So this graph is perfect for question 5. Now question 6, it looks like a rational function, like it's a fraction simply. Then let's do it. When you see something is not clear, you can straight away comment below and write the time. Okay, question 6. This time we have a fraction. Y is equal to x plus 5 over 2, and the interval is from -3 all the way to 3. 3 numbers are enough, but when you are dealing with fraction, try to pick numbers that they give you an easy result. For example, the 5 is odd. Try to pick 3 odd numbers here, because when you divide them by 2, odd with odd will be even, and even is divisible by 2. It doesn't give you any point when you are not using calculator. Even with calculator, pick the numbers that they make an even number on the top, because when you divide it by 2, it doesn't give you any remainder, any decimal places. That will be easier to plot. Okay, the first number, I'm going to pick -3, 1, and 3. If I put -3 in place of this x, I'll have something like this. -3 plus 5 all over 2. -3 plus 5 is equal to 2, because one is negative, one is positive. We're going to subtract them, and the larger one is the positive one. That's why the result is positive 2 over 2 is equal to 1. -3, 1. If I put 1 in place of x, I'll have something like this. 1 plus 5 is equal to 6 over 2. It's 3. And if I put 3 in place of x, I'll have 3 plus 5 is 8, divided by 2, 4. Now let's plot them. The first point is -3, 1. -3 on x-axis is here, because the side of x-axis is for negative numbers, and the side is for positive numbers. Here's y, down is -y. -3 is here, 1, 2, 3, -3 is here. 1 is here, so between them is the point -3, 1. 1 and 3, 1 and x is here. 3 on y, 1, 2, 3 is here. Between them is the point 1, 3. And then we have 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. This is 3, 4. Now the x is positive, it's not -x. That's why the graph is increasing from left to right. If you look at it, it's going up. The graph is from negative. This line is the graph of x plus 5 over 2 between -3 and 3. That was question 6. Question 7. Question 7. Y equals 3x minus 2. Now between -3 and 3, let's pick some numbers. Substitute the numbers in place of x. Work out the value of y for each number. If I put -3 in place of this x, So we will have something like this: 3 times negative 3 minus 2. Negative 3 minus 2 is negative 5. Times 3, it will be negative 15. If we put 0 in place of this x, we will have something like this: 3 times 0 minus 2. 0 minus 2 is negative 2. 3 times negative 2 is negative 6. If we put 3 in place of this x, 3 minus 2 is 1. 1 times 3, 3. It's like this. 3, 3 minus 2. 3 minus 2 is 1. 1 times 3 is just 3. Okay, now we have 3 points. Let's plot them. The first point is negative 3, negative 15. So in this case, we need to decide that the y-axis is going by 2 or by 3. It's all fine. Let's say this y-axis this time is going by 3. So here is negative 3, negative 6, negative 9, negative 12, negative 15. It's fine. What matters, it must be equal spaced. Now, the other side of y-axis must go by 3 as well. So 3, 6, 9, 12, 15. And the x-axis, it's fine if you say the x-axis is going by 1. So 1, 2, 3. And on the other side, negative 1, negative 2, negative 3. Now let's plot. The first number is negative 3 in x. Here is negative 3, and negative 15 in y is right here. This is the first point. The second point is 0, which is the center, and negative 6. This is the second point. And then we have 3, 3. 3 in x-axis is here, 3 in y-axis is here. All the 3 points, they form of a straight line. It means the calculations are correct. The x is positive. The line is increasing. Look, they are all related. This is the graph, which is between negative 3 all the way to 3 of this equation. Question 8. Equation is like this: y equals 1 over 2x plus 4. Between negative 3 and 3, it's fine to pick any number, but this time, because we multiplied the number by 1 over 2, try to pick some even numbers. That makes the calculation easier if you are not using calculator. Then the first number I pick is negative 2, 0, and 2. Let's see how does it work. If we put negative 2 in place of this x, we will have something like this: 1 over 2 times negative 2, then the result plus 4. 1 over 2 times negative 2 is equal to negative 1, because this 2 cancels this 2. What's remaining is just negative 1. Negative 1 plus 4 is equal to 3. If we put 0 in place of x, we will have 1 over 2 times 0, which is equal to 0, plus 4, it will be 4. And if we put 2 in place of x, we will have 1 over 2 times 2, which is equal to 1, plus 4 is equal to 5. Now we got 3 points. Let's plot them. The first point is negative 2, 3. Negative 2 in x-axis is here. 3 in y-axis is here. 1, 2, 3. This is the point, negative 2, 3. Since the x is not negative, the line must go up. It should be an increasing line. 0, 4, 0 is in the center. 4 is right here. This is the second point. And the third point is 2, 5. It's 1, 5. Look, I made a mistake, but all the 3 points together, they don't form up a straight line. Look, it's curvy. Straight away, I spotted that something went wrong. Then 2, 5 is right here. Now it's correct. We need it from negative 3 all the way to 3. So you can just draw a straight line that passes through all the 3 points and extend it until -3. And on the other side, again, we have to extend it to meet +3 on the side. Here. When you are using ruler, it's easier than these line commands here. But now the graph is between -3, which is here, all the way to 3, which is here. But I picked these numbers because these numbers are easier to work out their y's. And once we got the line, just simply extend the line with your ruler. You will not have any problem. Then question 8 done. Question 9 is your task. This time, just instead of using x and y, the question used v and t. It's so fine. V is outside, so the vertical line on the xy axis will be v, and t is inside the equation, so the horizontal will be t. This is the only difference between them. Or you can rewrite the problem in x and y, like y equals 2t means 2x minus 3. That gives the exact same graph as question 9. Do this one on your own. Question 10, again, the question used z and t. It's fine. You can guess which line on xy axis will be z. Since z is outside, the vertical line will be z and the horizontal line will be t. Now, let's do it. The interval for question 10 is -2 all the way to 4, and the equation is like this: z equals 12 minus 3t. Okay, we're gonna pick some numbers in place of, there's no x, we shouldn't use x, it's t, so t. Okay, we're gonna pick some numbers instead of t, and we work out the z for it. This is t, this is z. Now, -2, 0, 4. Let's see how does it work. If we put -2 in place of this t, we will have 12 minus 3 times -2. 3 times -2 is -6, so we'll have 12 minus -6. This -6 is from this 2. This minus is the same as this one. Then 12 plus 6 is equal to 18. Secondly, it's 0. 3 times 0 is 0. 12 minus 0 is just 12. And 3 times 4 is 12. 12 minus 12 is 0. Now, the xy axis, the x-axis, the t-axis, the t-axis, it's fine if the t-axis go by 1. And to cover up to 18, it's okay to say the y-axis is going by 3. Then 0, 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18. And the t-axis, 1, 2, 3, 4. Here are the negative numbers and third. Now let's plot -2 and 18. -2 is here, 18 is there. This is the first point. 0, 12, 0 in x is in the center. 12 on y is here. Then we have 4, 0. 4 in x is here. 0 in y, it means stay here. The 3 points, they form up a straight line. Means everything is correct. Join them. The line is decreasing. As you see, the t is -3t. It's negative, that's why it has a decreasing line from left to right. I hope you find it useful. Comment below whatever question you have. Thank you for watching.